All right, everybody, what's going on, man? It's your boy C Wells, your tour guide around the SWAC, coming at you with another edition of SWAC Talk. Show we cover the SWAC inside and out, and we're gonna just chop it up a little bit on this Hump Day. Got a topic I want to talk. I want to touch on a little bit. Before we do that, as usual, you can check out the socials scrolling on the screen below. Facebook is SWAC Talk, Instagram is SWAC Talk, Twitter SWAC Talk 76, and the email is swagtalk76@gmail.com. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you can be alerted to any content that I upload. We are working on some big things, so we probably have some videos dropping here and there at some point. So make sure you don't miss those. Feel free to jump in the comments and just hey, enjoy your time here. One more. Let's see, Swag Smoke Thursday, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, and another edition of Swag Talk on Sunday. That's our usual schedule, so no changes there. We do have some Swag Smoke t-shirts coming out. So check out the homie DJ. You can see his Instagram is scrolling on the screen below. So make sure you hit him up and get the info that you need. Um, I do have a picture of the shirts. They are in white and black. You can check these out here. See, got the Swag Smoke on now, so make sure you check that out. And here's the black one. So make sure you check those out, man. Hit up DJ for some swag smoke merch, man. We finally then got in the merch game, so want y'all show us a little love and support, and purchase one of these shirts, man. You can rock it anywhere you go. So that's where we at right now with the Swag Smoke merch. I got some Swag Talk stuff coming down the pike too. So don't forget about that. I'll be letting y'all know when I'm gonna roll that out. I want to get this going a little bit before I do that. So that's pretty much where we stand right now with the merch. So make sure y'all check that out, and we'll talk about it some more on Swag Smoke on Thursday. So don't miss out on that. Also, congratulations to Warren Newman from Jackson State wide receiver. He signed a free agent contract with the Montreal Alouettes of the CFL, Canadian Football League. So I think a guy like that, man, I think he can do some good things in Canada. He's a shifty, small guy. He's great in the return game. He can catch passes and make plays in space. Canada has a huge field. I think he can make some plays out there. So that's one of the things that we were talking about. Just because your NFL aspirations didn't come true at the moment doesn't mean that you don't have another opportunity. Going to Canada, going to the USFL, which is up and running now, and the XFL, which is restarting. So there's multiple avenues to kind of keep your skills sharp and develop as a professional. And maybe the NFL will be there for you, but there's always an open door. Arena League is still there. So, there's multiple avenues to kind of keep your skills sharp and progress yourself toward your NFL dreams. So, also, speaking of NFL, of course, we had the draft. We had 4 HBCU players drafted in the 2022 draft, and there were 8 guys who signed as undrafted free agents. That's the most since 2015 and the fourth best in the last 25 years. So this was a very solid NFL draft for the HBCU world this year. I mean, yes, you would have loved to see some more names get called. A guy like Marquise Bell, I definitely thought he would get drafted for sure. I thought, a guy like maybe Keith Corbin would also get his name called. But, they have an opportunity to, they're going to have to get it out the mud now, but they do have that opportunity to be invited to camps and show what they can do. There are also some guys who have some rookie minicamp invitations. I don't know if I went over. Some of them came out after I did my Sunday show. So D. Anderson from Alabama and wide receiver, he has an invite from the Saints. Keenan Forbes, offensive lineman from Florida A&M. That's another guy who I thought might have had an outside shot at a 7th-round pick. He had offensive lineman FAMU. He has a minicamp invite to the Seattle Seahawks. CJ Holmes, cornerback, Jackson State with the Saints. Marquise McClain, wide receiver from Southern. He has a minicamp invite from the Jets. That's another guy who I thought may have been able to be signed as an undrafted free agent, or maybe a late round pick, but he has an opportunity now. Kylan Ritchie, tight end from Jackson State. He also has a minicamp invite from the Saints. And Jawan Taylor, defensive back from Alcorn, he he has an invite from the Jets. So as you can see, the Saints and the Jets, the Colts are another team that have a couple HBCU guys that are coming up. Um, just looking at this list, the Jets actually have 4 guys that are HBCU guys that are being invited to mini camps. The 2 undrafted free agents and 2 guys invited to the rookie mini camp. So salute to the Jets for definitely getting some attention out on some HBCU guys. Saints as well with 3 guys with mini camp invites. So the Bucks with 2 and the Colts with 2. So there are some teams who are really getting active in this HBCU world. So we'll see if this continues to grow. Hopefully, with avenues like the HBCU Combine and the Legacy Bowl, that will continue to develop. And as the SWAC gains more attention, that may be another avenue to get guys into the NFL. So again, congratulations to all these guys. I know, some people say, getting your name called is huge. It is. And it's not easy to make it as an undrafted free agent, but, you still have an opportunity. And, that's all you need is an opportunity to make some things happen. So that's pretty much where we stand with that. So let's go ahead and touch on today's topic. And it's one that most people know very well at this point, whether you know about it or not. The transfer portal. It's here to stay, man. It's been around for a little bit, and it's like the wild wild west, man. It give it and it take it. Everybody in the league has benefited from the portal, and everybody in the league has lost guys to the portal. And I mean that's just the nature of the beast around the nation on all levels. Guys, had the opportunity to put their name in there and be, and be able to communicate with schools better than they did in previous years. But, that also creates an illusion that I can jump in the portal and somebody's going to snap me up. And, that's the dangerous side of it. Looking at some numbers, by February of 2022, remember, we're in May now, so there's been a lot more names added to this. There were 3,400 guys from FBS, FCS, Division I, Division II football, all those combined levels have entered the transfer portal. 3,400 guys from FBS, FCS, D2, D3, they have entered the portal over the last 3 months. That's the most in the 4-year history of the transfer portal. 1,300 guys from FBS have gone into the portal, and nearly half of those have yet to find a destination, and that's since August 1st. So, the pickings are slim. I mean, there's not a lot of spots to go around, and, schools typically know, who they want to get out the portal. They know when guys are going in the portal. Sometimes they nudge guys into the portal. So, a lot of times if you go in, you're not going to be in there that long because you already have a destination or you already have multiple suitors. If you don't, then the going is tough because, you have, especially like on the FCS level, you have FBS guys that are dropping down. You have guys that are transferring, across conference, from other FCS conferences. Some guys moving up from D2. So the spots are limited as is. And, teams already have their eye on who they want. They just kind of waiting for guys to enter. But, when there's a big name guy enter, it's, a feeding frenzy. And a lot of guys get caught up in the mix in that. This week, 4 guys from the SWAC who are considered big names, on various levels are solid contributors, guys who can possibly be, have entered the transfer portal. Grambling quarterback Noah Biden, he came in as a freshman. So people thought he would be, the future. He did not really gain traction. He started a couple games last year. He was inconsistent as a freshman, most likely would be. So he was up and down, and he was unable to take hold of the job. And in the spring, he didn't really didn't really gain any more traction. Elijah Walker is another quarterback from Grambling that entered the portal, and then they got a transfer kid Gilmore from North Texas, UNT, um, transferred to Grambling as a quarterback also this week. So I don't know if guys saw the writing on the wall, or coaches was like, "Yo, we got our guy coming in now, so you might as well go ahead and try to find you somewhere else." I mean, those kind of things do happen. So we don't know, where this, where it started, or how it went, but that two quarterbacks from Grambling in the portal. They did pick up one, so that's that Giveth and Taketh. You may end up in a better situation now, but you also have a guy who's gonna have to come in and establish himself as a starter. They already have another transfer guy in the hunt for the quarterback job, so that's a very interesting situation. Today I saw Ryan Nettles, the quarterback from Alabama State. He was the spring freshman of the year. Um, he was a guy who a lot of people thought would have a great season this past season, but injuries and inconsistencies, he did not, he did not have the season that a lot of people thought he would have. He's a guy who missed his entire senior year of high school because of a knee injury, so he doesn't have a lot of experience. Playing in a shortened spring season, kind of amplifies some of that, but it also kind of boosted the hype on him. He was unable to make those adjustments week in and week out and get better and improve the team. Coaching change as well. They get a big transfer a couple weeks ago, Demetrius Davis at quarterback. So, most people feel like the job is his walking in the door. So maybe Ryan Nettles saw the writing on the wall, and he just put himself in the portal. I mean, he feels like he can find a better opportunity elsewhere. It's going to be tough because you go in somewhere as a quarterback, especially, you're going to have to learn the system of where you go anyway. So, unless you're just a guy who people feel is uber talented, you can kind of, they can kind of adjust things for you. But the average guy walking in is going to still have to have that learning curve. So that's a situation that I'm really interested to seeing what happens. I can understand, I can definitely see, a guy stepping out in that kind of situation because, you probably feel like you don't have that chance. But some people also feel like the portal gives guys opportunity to not have to deal with position battles. Some people look at it like, if a guy has, if they fall behind on the depth chart, they don't try to stick it out and move up, or try to, maybe wait and see what happens. You don't know what this guy's going to do. Sometimes guys, jump in the portal are in a reactionary situation because, I mean, it's there for you. And, that's like the first thing you can do if things aren't going your way, you just hop in the portal. But, it's always that guy's choice. But I think this is one of those situations where it's probably better for him to try to find somewhere else. I've heard Tuskegee as a destination. Some people want him to stay SWAC, but that's a situation that we will definitely keep our eyes on. Now, two of the biggest ones I heard, and um, a defensive lineman, Buck Buchanan, award winner, and SWAC Defensive Player of the Year, Isaiah Land, has been stated to have entered the transfer portal. So that's huge. If you paid any attention on Sunday, Coach Prime let his feelings be known on the situation. He looks at it as he's looking at it from the standpoint that Land wants to leave because of the draft. And that could possibly be true, but we don't know what led to this. I have read that he's already been getting attention from schools since January. I don't know how true that is, but he officially entered the portal this week. He's going to get Power 5 and FBS offers for sure. I'm sure a lot of other SWAC schools and other FCS schools will try to make their move, but I can see where Coach Prime is coming from on the basis of his argument. you just had a year where 2 guys got drafted and 8 guys, got signed undrafted. So uh, things are looking up, but it's still, it's still a tough uphill battle. Guys may not necessarily feel like, you know, that is gonna definitely shake their way in the draft from the SWAC. Sometimes you get people in your ear from outside. You look at a situation like Dalen Baldwin. He's a guy who was at Jackson State, went to Michigan, um, battled some injuries, started a game or two. Had a couple big plays, but never really, never really stood out there. But he's from up there, so I can understand, him wanting to go back home for his last year. And I mean, if Michigan calls you, as a guy, if you're leaving an HBCU and you're not looking to stay FCS, if a big school calls you, then I can understand. Especially if you're a local guy, then you probably want to play for your local university. But I think it's important to try to keep guys in the HBCU realm, because if you're talking about the HBCU world on the rise, SWAC football on the rise, the talent level is rising. Possibility for draft picks in the future is rising. Then yes, seeing guys leave and go Power Five, just FBS in general, is kind of a slap to that movement. So I can see where Coach Prime is coming from, but until we know exactly why this kid decided to leave, then it's you really don't have a solid argument for either side. Honestly, I mean, he could just have 1 year left and want to play somewhere that he always wanted to play, or he could stay at FAMU. I mean, that's always a thing. He can always stay. If he can work it out with the coaches, he can always stay at FAMU. So I'm quite sure, unless it was something like a bad blood situation, but I don't think so. I don't see any reason why Coach Simmons wouldn't want him back, especially a guy that can definitely impact your defense in a positive way. So that was one big name. Another big name that came across today, uh, Prairie View defensive tackle Jason Dumas, who's an all SWAC guy, man, big time defensive tackle, guy that's a huge playmaker on that Prairie View defense the last couple years. He entered the portal. He has 1 year left. I read somewhere that he hadn't graduated yet, so he's not a grad transfer, but he's a guy who I think was slated to graduate in December. So he has 1 year left. Who knows where he's gonna go? I know a lot of times when guys leave, you want them to stay SWAC, but sometimes the call of that other side is there, and the other side is not always greener. Sometimes sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. But there's guys that transfer in that are willing to get it out the mud in this situation. So that's why I say it giveth and it taketh, because all of us have benefited in some aspect from the transfer portal, as we're all gonna get dinged by the portal as well. So I think the key is to find that balance. You don't really want to lose a lot of your key guys in it, but you want to be able to replenish your roster with it. So it's still this is still a young situation. It's only 4 years old. So there's still a lot of, growing and learning about it. Maybe at some point, guys are going to realize that there's limited spots. And there's limited spots and there's mad people in the portal as is. So that means your chances of making it are slim unless you have somebody already after you. You know, big name guys enter the portal every day. One of Pitt's top wide receivers enter the portal today. So that, a guy like that, enters, he gets attention. That takes away attention from other guys, and that bumps guys down. So, sometimes you end up with a guy who may not have wanted to look a certain way, might start to look that way. So that's pretty much, I just wanted to kind of hop on and share a little bit about how I felt about that. I know we talk about the portal a lot, but I wanted to kind of put some thoughts together with it, especially this week with 4 guys who are, either young guys who have started or guys who are established and award winners are leaving. So, that's, you can see there's various reasons for why they leave. There's always, unless there's some kind of discipline thing, which none of these, I don't believe any of these guys are anything like that. I think these are really solid young men. But, unless it's that kind of issue that why a guy's leaving or a guy's buried on a depth chart, you can pretty much pinpoint why guys are leaving. But these situations are a little bit more fluid. We don't really know at this point, but we'll find out in coming days. So I just wanted to kind of put my thoughts on that and just share a little bit with y'all on how I felt about that. So that's gonna do it for today, man. I hope y'all enjoyed. We're gonna stop this bus as usual, man. Let y'all hop off. Enjoy the rest of y'all hump day. Catch Swag Smoke tomorrow, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you cop that shirt, man. Holla at my boy. He'll get you right. Make sure you holler at my boy. His info is on the screen. I'm gonna have it in the description. Make sure you holler at him, man. Cop that Swag Smoke shirt. It's going down, man. We finally in the merch game. It's going down. Got the white one. You got the black one. So make it happen, y'all. Much love, man. I appreciate y'all. I'll catch y'all on the rebound, and I'm up out of here. Peace.